Hey everybody, it's Sam. I'm here with Blaine. How are you? We're here to announce a very special edition of Overkill Rewind. It's where we rewind through the entire decade. Yeah, that's right. We want you to help us choose the best metal albums from 2010 to 2019, right? That's exciting.
It's very exciting. And before, some people I'm sure will comment, what is a decade? Shouldn't it be a year counts? Don't start thinking that it's 2010 to 2020. That makes you look dumb.
It was a pretty busy decade.
It's been a great decade for metal.
Some big bands, namely Metallica, Hardwired to Self-Destruct, came out in this decade. That's a biggie. Judas Priest, Firepower, Behemoth. Gojira has 2 records in the decade, and I think that's maybe going to be part of the challenge here. Is some big bands like Gojira, like Mastodon, Lamb of God, probably Amon Amarth, probably a bunch of other bands I'm forgetting, have at least 2 albums. And I guess also some noteworthy comeback albums at the gates at war with reality. One of my personal favorites of the decade, Carcass, Surgical Steel, which was a pretty impressive comeback as well.
Sweden's back.
Sweden is back.
And then some of the some of the bands that are now carrying the torch came out. There's bands in the past 10 years that have kind of started to redefine metal. Obviously the Ghost in the Room.
The Ghost in the Room.
Certainly changed the face of metal to the outside world.
That's true. I mean, I guess their first album came out in 2010, so it's like we live in a ghost world now, and we didn't last decade. We can really overanalyze this. Rivers of Nile, a great record that a lot of people dug, including us people. It'd be interesting to see how many of the younger bands. Whitechapel is pretty well received. We've Power Trip and Gatecreeper
and
Tomb Mold.
It'll be interesting if people's votes for the album of the decade is an album that sounds like it came out 3 decades ago.
That's right. And we've got an album from a band that puts out a record just about every decade. Tool. Finally got back into the ring.
They just slid it in there. They're like, oh crap, we gotta get this done.
And you know why? Because they were like, we gotta get on Overkill Reviews decades.
Yeah, otherwise, boy, that'll take a big chunk out of the album sales if we don't.
That's right. Take out the garbage, get on Overkill Reviews. These are the priorities. And Slipknot, of course. Next to Metallica and Iron Maiden, probably the biggest band, biggest metal band on the planet. Yeah, so the way it's gonna work is you guys vote for your favorite one, not 20, not 10, not 5, just 1. We will tally up the results and list them in order of 1 to 10 who got the most votes. We will then review those 10 records. Try not to tamper with the results. We're not going to move anything around, but we will review them, weigh in, and we will also talk about our favorites too, right?
I mean, we can't not. There's no way you and I are going to start talking about 10 albums and then talk about another 20.
That's right. We're going to keep quiet. I already have my favorites.